Welcome to a holiday edition of Painfully Fabulous, the podcast. This time of year has always been very special for me, so we wanted to talk about December and everything that we've been doing. Christine, you have a super busy month before you go away. What's
Cra-
up?
Crazy, crazy busy. So a lot of my family members have birthdays this month as well. So my brother's was just yesterday on the December 5th. My mom's is on December 9th. My dad's is on December 20th. In between that, I have my ketamine infusion and my back injection. Um, and it just is non-stop. And then I get a maybe 4 or 5 days break, and then we're going to Christmas though. So then you got to prepare for Christmas. And I don't know about you, but the stress of it just it flares my CRPS just thinking about the things that I have to do. The number of lists I have made. It's crazy.
Oh, the list. I can relate to all of that, except for all the birthdays. I only have one birthday to celebrate, but we'll get to that later.
I
So
know.
you're going to be gone a lot.
Yes. And see, because I'm leaving for Curacao December 31st, I have that additional list of packing. I have the lists I need to make for my boys to remind them what they're doing and stuff while I'm away. It's just right now a lot on my plate. I just, the season is joyous and everything, but I always find it so commercialized and so much on the go for so many. It's like, and then it's over before you know it.
Yeah.
And right back to square one, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be honest, Christmas well, since I was a kid, of course, it's always been huge for me. Um, Even before I had my stepdaughters, I made a big deal of decorating and feeling the sparkle of the season. And November 1st, me and my sister would start watching Elf. We called it Elf Day. We had a box of decorations. Now, this has been like 20 years or so, just that. Um, Christmas Daddies is a tradition where we watch the Christmas Daddies telethon on CTV, and we spend 6 hours or 7 or 8 hours decorating our houses from top to bottom, turning it into the North Pole. But since CRPS, that's one thing. It takes me a week now. My house is still a disaster. I don't even know if I'm going to finish decorating this year, if I'm just going to throw the rest in a box, to be honest, because it's a lot of work. A
It
lot of work.
really is. And just for other people that may not know, because I didn't know what Christmas Daddies was, I looked it up this year and I see it's an auction of some sort. So it must just happen in your province.
So Christmas Daddies, it actually started, it was the 60th anniversary this year. So 60 years ago, a little boy walked into a bar and asked people for money, and he got kicked out. And he went back in, and he got kicked out again. And finally, a couple men that were drinking, they stopped the boy and they said, what are you doing? You're getting kicked out of the bar. You're not supposed to be here. And he said, I need money, because it was something for his mom. I can't remember if it was a Christmas present or if it was milk. I feel like it was milk. And he said, I got to get this for my mom. And he was just a little boy. So these men decided that they gave him the money, of course, and then they decided that there were a lot of children who needed help around this time of year. A lot of families, it is a happy time of year, but it's also very sad and stressful for a lot of families. So Christmas Daddies was started, and for 60 years now, they have auctions. This year, they auctioned off a Taylor Swift signed guitar for $10,000. It was
Wow.
incredible. Biggest auction item, I would say, so far to history. Um, but they auction off everything, like Steve Murphy, his tie, his socks. They have a plunger. They have everything, and there are so many really cool traditions that go on. And it's an Atlantic Canadian tradition. It is. So at PEI, New Brunswick, Newfoundland, Nova Scotia, but it's broadcasted across the world online.
Yeah, I actually, after you mentioned it to me, I went online and looked at some of the stuff. There was a lot of neat things there, but it's so weird. A tradition for you guys for so many years, and I'd never heard of it, right? So it was kind of neat to go take a look and see what it was all about. So
Well, thanks for doing that.
yeah.
I lived in Florida for 5 years, and during that time, we didn't have Christmas Daddies, and that was before everything was really online and streaming and stuff like that. So my aunt would get on Skype and turned the camera so we could see Christmas daddies and the family for a few minutes anyways, not for the whole time, but yeah,
Oh,
it's
it-
a tradition.
yeah, it's so neat too. I wonder, there's so many people that have different traditions, and I'd love to hear about them. So if any of our viewers have traditions, please share them below, because to hear stuff like that brings, I don't know what the word is, but really,
Sparkle.
yeah, and it gets me motivated to start new traditions in our family, right? So, I mean, we do have one fun tradition, which I don't think I'm going to do this year because I'm too sore, but um people probably know it by the saran wrap game. Have you ever heard of the saran wrap game?
I only know of one and it's not Christmas related. Oh, that sounds awful. That's it's putting it over the toilet seat when people are drunk and letting them pee and poop on it so it slides off.
No, this one is, you take so many gifts and you wrap it in saran wrap and you make it into this big ball. And then when you get together with your family, you have dice and you put oven mitts on, and the person next to you rolls the dice and they keep rolling it until they get doubles. When they get doubles, they yell at doubles and they grab the ball from you. And whatever comes out of the wrapping of the saran wrap, you get that prize. So it's hilarious. I remember the first year we did it. My brother wasn't that interested. They didn't want to do it. But after that first year, and they seen what happened, it was, are you going to bring that game? Are you going to do that game? Because, and I use like stuff for adults mostly, because most of our family is adults. So, I'd use lottery tickets, or I'd put something. And then at the very end would always be there a gift card, or, $20 or something like that. But you can get dollar store items, so you can do it very cheaply. And it's so much fun.
That sounds like a blast. I've never heard of anything like that
Uh,
before.
It is so much fun because
Great idea.
pardon?
I said that's a great idea.
Yeah. It's so much fun. So it took me last year 2.5 hours to wrap this ball because you don't want to going the same way, and right. So we'll see. I usually, by the week before Christmas is usually when I say, oh, okay, I'll do it, and then end up doing it, right. But it's so
Oh,
much.
that sounds awesome. I love that tradition. I don't think I have any. We don't have any fun traditions like that. We do Christmas early in my house because I have my stepdaughters. So we usually do Santa the weekend before, the weekend
Oh,
before Christmas. So I get to extend my Christmas joy. um, so now that's 2 weeks away now before I have that Christmas. And then we're 3 weeks away from regular Christmas with the family. Hey.
I know, it's crazy. It will just fly by for me now, especially because I've got the countdown on 25 days till I leave for Curacao. So
Girl, and we will be getting weekly updates from either the pool or the beach while Christina's on vacation.
yes, I can't wait.
Love
Can't.
that.
Yeah,
I would say Christmas is normally a very happy time of year. And like I mentioned earlier, this is my first year noticing how depressing of a time of year it can be, how challenging, how hard it is when your loved ones aren't with you, or when your loved ones are sick, or the finances too, those huge stressors. Um, Living with our condition day to day is pretty difficult, but adding those additional stressors on top is it's a bit much for some people. So I just want to throw out there again, we have support services available for people. Go to our website www.conquercrps.com. We'll also link the private Facebook group in the description box below if you want to talk to other people who can kind of relate through this holiday season. We really are trying to perk ourselves up and make this a good one for our kids and for ourselves and for everybody else, but we know it's
diff-
hard.
very difficult. Yeah, and I think too, for me, um, it it can get so overwhelming, and you don't want to disappoint. So you put on that happy face and you push yourself through it. And really, we shouldn't be doing that, because then we pay for it,
We
right?
do. I know I'm having a difficult time balancing that right now. I will be honest, because with the kids, right? Right now they're teenagers, so it's a really challenging age because you have Like they want the coolest things, you can't just buy them slime and stuff like that. I don't
Yeah.
know. And there's a lot of pressure because I don't like them seeing me as sick as I am and as painful as I am. So I don't know. I'm trying. I'm going to fake it till I make it this year. And I want to feel that sparkle. I want to feel that joy. Another last thought is when I was a kid, we used to go get hot chocolate and get in the car and listen to Christmas carols and drive around looking at Christmas lights. I want to do that this year.
I know. It's so nice to have things like that. Like my boys, they just aren't into Christmas like we were. Um, and I mean, they're older, they're in their 20s, but it's still like I miss that part of it
Do it
because
for you. My girls won't be with me when I go looking at Christmas lights with hot chocolate.
I know, but the thing is, it's different, right? I understand that part of it. It's just different. We don't even decorate a tree anymore. We used to, and we used to, do it and listen to Christmas music and all that. But I don't know if it's boys that are different or if they just they just don't want to be bothered, right? It's like, why are we gonna put it up? We don't do Christmas here. We do it at my brother's and blah blah blah, right?
But would it make you feel good to have Christmas decorations around, or is it too much to clean up? Which I
That
get.
that's exactly it. It's too
Yeah.
much. It's just too much. And I'm sure there's others out there that find it to be too much.
Yeah.
And they may do it for themselves, they may do it for their loved ones. But yeah, cleaning, putting, actually bringing everything up and doing it is hard enough. And then you afterwards, it's like, oh, now I got to put it all away. And yeah, I just find it to be too much. So
To be real, I almost skipped Christmas daddies for the first time ever this year. I only did it because of the kids, because I'm trying to get their sparkle going too. But I really did. I almost skipped it. It hurts, like the pain and stuff like that, and dealing with the cleanup and all that stuff. That's enough, but the mental side of it all too, I'm still dealing, man. It's
so
weird.
question
Yeah.
for you. So you did it for them, more so than yourself this year. How did you feel after you did it? Were you proud of yourself?
I definitely, even today, we're what, 4 days afterwards, even today, I'm still trying to hang up certain things in certain places, working on projects. But when I look around and I see certain things, I'm like, oh, I did that. Yay. And it looks good. And it's cheesy. Like I don't have the nicest decorations or anything. I'm not glamorous or anything, but at nighttime my house does sparkle and that makes me happy. I'll share pictures.
Yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes I find you push yourself through, um, and then you find that afterwards it's like, oh, I was so glad I did that. Comes to times where it's like, oh, I wish I hadn't done that. But, you know, Christmas happens once a year.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, I'm trying to think of new traditions, and now I'll probably do the saran wrap game that I wasn't going to do.
Do it. Do it. And you know what? Go for a drive by yourself. Listen to Christmas music, grab yourself a nice hot chocolate, and go look at lights, take pictures, enjoy it.
Mm,
FaceTime me. We'll hang.
yeah. Sorry, officer. I have to have Kristen.
So, we're recording. Sorry. Okay, bad idea. But I don't know. You definitely should find little things for yourself. Because again, now where the kids are getting older,
Yeah,
they're
it's not
not really, I don't know. We got to push ourselves.
right. Yep.
I don't know.
And my parents are getting older, so it's like I want to have good Christmases to remember too. So life's only so long. I'm sorry, Kristen.
It's okay. I don't even know if my stepdad's going to be here for Christmas anymore. Um, He's in a nursing home. I'll see him hopefully this weekend, maybe next weekend again. We won't see him for Christmas Day. We won't have our early Christmas with him like we did year before.
Right.
That's another hard thing. So I lost my puppy, my grandfather, 6 months ago, and Dean, my stepdad, the man who raised me since I was a kid. We're in the process there. So Christine, get that family gathering together, girl. You take your pictures, you get your kisses, you get your lovin's.
Absolutely. Thanks for sharing that because I know it's very difficult, and I did bring it up, but
No, that's okay.
yeah.
I'm easily triggered these days.
uh, I
um,
yeah, and that's why I want to make sure that each Christmas is memorable for sure going forward.
yeah,
So
definitely.
But yeah,
I'll cut that part out.
don't
All right. So
don't,
now,
don't cut it out.
okay. So now that I've cried and we've smiled and we've talked about the sparkle and the season, um, the meal, most important part. I'm just kidding. Are you cooking this year?
Absolutely not.
No?
My brother's having it this year, so I'm so thankful. Yeah, I don't know how some people do it with our condition or with chronic pain in for that matter, because I am so sore if I have to do that.
My sister luckily cooks Christmas Day, but I'm the crazy person who signed up for Boxing Day dinner with my friends. And every year we get a fresh turkey from my friend Brandon, who raises them himself, and I make homemade dinner.
Oh wow. So on that note, how okay, you obviously push through the day and night of that. And how long does it take you to recoup after that?
So I say I'm on a Christmas sparkle high, where I'm just kind of on adrenaline mode, which I'm sure a lot of people can relate with, where you're just moving forward, got to get things done. I prepare for Boxing Day before Christmas Eve, and afterwards I'm down for quite a few days, but that's
Yeah,
part of the joy of life and trying to be painfully fabulous.
absolutely. And that is so true though. And those memories make it worth it.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
for out there that is just beginning their journey with chronic pain, um, it's important to make the memories and know that you can get there. It's not, not over.
And there are a lot of adaptive things that you can do too. Like I don't do things the same way that I did 10 years ago. I adapt, I improvise, and I overcome. Maybe we'll start sharing some kitchen tips and stuff like that so we can,
Mm,
because I mean, we say we do all these things, but it's not an easy task by any means. But we'll make it easier on you in the future if we can.
sure. And anybody that has any tips or tricks, share them below.
Yes.
Let me know what your favorite Christmas tradition is
Happy holidays, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
and stay painfully fabulous.
Ho,
Thanks.
ho, ho.